Okay, everybody. Remember, I was talking to everybody, several videos of how to save your money on buying your TV set, and such little differences of each TV set is very marginal once you get a high-end TV set. Well, this is the prime example of that. And basically on the new ratings, I know a lot of people, some people like ratings, some people don't like ratings, and this is their side-by-side comparison of the Q9FN versus the older Sony X930E. And everything that matters on this TV set as far as what you care about picture quality wise, there's very small differences. And you could go to rtings.com. I call them ratings. I don't know why I call them ratings. But rtings.com, you can tell I don't look at them too much because I take the TVs home and check them out myself, which is still the best way to do it. So if you could look at these yourself and make your comparisons. For those of you who like to do shopping on YouTube or by reviews only, which is usually the wrong way of doing things, I will add again, then you will find that the difference is, and I don't even have to say anything, you can see them on the TV sets, is very, very small. If you have something that's very small in the differences, then you visually are not going to hardly see it at all. You probably won't even see it at all. Let's put it that way. You won't even see it at all. I mean, look at the contrast, 9.2 versus 9.1. You really think you're going to see that contrast difference? Now, the local dimming, if you go by the local dimming, they have two different local dimmings with the local dimming off and on. Let's see, go back up here real quick. SDR peak brightness on the right is the 930, 8.9 on the Q9FN. And peak brightness is 8.9 and 9.2. Here's the gray uniformity. This is the dirty screen effect that people talk about on the TV sets. And this is a panel model, more so for the Q9FN. I've had several people that own those TVs tell me they've taken back a couple of them because of the dirty screen effect, which is the reason I took the Q9 back last year's model. It had horrible banding. And then we have the, the viewing angles. They said they improved the viewing angles, right, on the Samsung. Here it is right here, 4.3 versus 4.9. Samsung. This is the reason I'm not a huge Samsung fan. They over-exaggerate when they release something, and they get everybody to buy into it, and then you find out when somebody like Rtings does the test that it's not true. And these guys are testing it with machinery, calibration machinery and all that kind of good stuff, and all their little gadgets and devices. And here's the black uniformity we were talking about earlier here. 9.6 for 7.4 with the native, no local dimming on. But I don't know who watches it with no local dimming on, but to each his own. And then when you turn the local dimming on, 9.4 to 8.6. I mean, if you look at both of these, that's really close visually, if you could see anything. And here's the big kicker. 5.3, okay? For the picture quality, pre-calibration, that means when you take it out of the box, you take this TV out of the box, okay, from the store, 5.3 for the Q9FN Samsung, 7.7 calibration for the 930E. That means you're going to have to get this TV calibrated, no doubt. 5.3 is down to Vizio levels in calibration, guys, meaning when you take it out of the box, how accurate is the picture when you just set it up without, going to a professional calibrator to get it calibrated? And then the nice thing about the Samsung here is it improves quite a bit. After they calibrate it, it's 9.4. The 930E is 9.3. Wow, that's less than, I don't know, whatever percentage of, calibration. So you might as well say they're tied here. You're not going to see a difference in your eye with this. The calibration machine could barely detect it. So, you know, and then you got all these little things here with the ship they have and all that. I'm not going to go through all that, but to each his own. You get a better color gamut with the Samsung, which is 8.6 versus 7.8, but who cares if you got a good color gamut if this is screwed up here, the 5.3. If you don't have a good accurate picture out of the box, then who cares if they throw 1 zillion colors at you? It's still screwed up out of the box. You have to get it calibrated. So that's another $500 onto your $4,000. So we're talking $4,500 with the calibration versus $1,899, $1,999, depending on where you go. And they're going fast, by the way, at that price, obviously. And especially after people see this, I'm probably helping sell the doggone thing. But this is the reason I didn't buy the Q9FN. I just wasn't sold on it based off of what a few people were, you know, saying. Now, like I said, if some people say Artings is not reputable, well, they were just on a good friend of mine's, Joey's video, and Modern Wise, and he just did a live stream with them. So I'm sure Joey wouldn't put him on there if he didn't think he wasn't reputable. So color gamut, and here it is again. Here's a gradient, 8.6, 9.0 on this Sony. I mean, look at this. You guys could look at all these yourself. You don't need me to scroll down and just explain everything to you. Most of you guys are really intelligent when it comes, especially these reviews here. But I'm finding these reviews are very funny because people actually go by this verbatim. They go by their TV for these reviews. And this is why I always tell everybody, go pick out your own TV and check it out. And if you like it, keep it. If you don't, then don't keep it. So, off the subject, by the way, speaking of a 900E television set, I had a nice guy I ran into on here, and he goes by the name Eagle Eye. Go check out his new brand spanking new reviews of TVs as well. He's just getting going. He's a new YouTuber. I like to help people out as well that are just getting off their feet and getting off the ground, trying to make some YouTube videos. But he has the 900E, and check it out, and you know, give him you know, subscribe to his stuff and like him as well. His name is Eagle Eye once again. But real quickly back to this, and I'll put his link down there in the comments. But as you see here, there's a motion. Black frame insertion. Now, I don't know anybody that uses black frame insertion, and this is where I go back to saying anything that really matters to people on TV sets is irrelevant. On the Samsung, no one uses black frame insertion as far as I know. Anybody I know doesn't use that. Here's the flicker free, 9.9 to 7.9. Here's the motion everybody's talking about, 8.9, 8.7. So you really think you're getting a lot better TV for your money? You're not. You're not getting a lot better TV for your money. If you have money to go out and blow, and you just want the hottest and greatest TV that everybody's talking about right now, and you love Samsung, then go get the Q9FN and spend $4,500 with the calibration, because you're going to need to get it calibrated with that, with those calibration. I mean, with the out of the box reviews according to this ratings right here. So Artings rather. And you have this stutter. You got all this other stuff here for all you gamers and stuff. You could tell me whether or not you guys think this makes a huge difference. And input lag, you know, 1080p. I heard the Q9FN is a lot better in 1080p, but they're pretty much the 930E is better in the 4K. So I'm not too sure about that. You guys could all go through this and break it down for me on that part of it. But hey, you know, here's all the features and sound quality. You can get better sound quality on the 930 if you guys are into not buying sound bars and stuff, which, you know, I have a Dolby Atmos 13, or it's actually 11.4 surround, so that wouldn't matter to me. But to each his own, like I said here. But this is just the reason I tell you to buy your TV either Black Friday if you're a huge Samsung fan. If not, get the 930E. You're not going to see any picture difference. Well, actually you will. The 930E is going to look better out of the box, because of the Samsung needing to be calibrated. As my old Samsung, the Q9 that I had, the last year's model, is basically the same picture but better black levels. You still have the same problems, and it doesn't have banding. It doesn't have the banding issues, but you have some dirty screen effects and all that kind of stuff going on. So, these are the differences that I've, came across looking at this review that guys came out, and I know a lot of people like Artings, so I decided to throw this up. Go to, their website here, www.artings.com, and, check out their stuff here. They have they're one of my favorites, but, like I said, to each his own. I don't solely go by these tests and reviews to buy a TV. You have to go take it home yourself, but, I don't think Vincent's going to give them any higher than what these guys are getting, and he may even break it down even further, which as a matter of fact, I know he will. And this is another thing I was talking about, the viewing angle with the 4.3 and 4.9. I really don't. Everybody's saying that had a better viewing angle on a couple web reviews here, and I'm looking at the viewing angle, and Artings is saying no, it's the viewing angle is just like last year's, basically, of the Q9. So like I said, that's some of the things that I've noticed owning Samsung TVs is the viewing angle is usually not that good, and out of the box colors they have a pinkish hue to it. So I don't know, guys. You can decide on what you like. Some side notes here. That dirty screen effect plays a big part in if you hockey football game watchers. So consider that. Of course, color accuracy.